Well, here I am again, East Alabama and West Georgia. It's coming up on 8:32, and it is Wednesday, May 10th, 2023, as we bring you a little weather coverage this evening. The National Weather Service has now issued a flood advisory. This flood advisory is in effect until 10:15 p.m. this evening. And this is going to be for Chambers, Clay, and Randolph. Again, that's Chambers, Clay, and Randolph. A flood advisory is now in effect until 10:15 p.m. Minor flooding in low-lying and poor drainage areas are possible. Doppler weather radar continues to indicate very heavy rainfall across portions of southeastern or eastern, southeastern Clay, western, southwestern Randolph, northwestern Chambers, and down into central Chambers County. So this flood advisory is going to be, let me get the telestrator going here, is going to be for the areas I'm drawing there in yellow. Those areas inside of that yellow box that I just drew, or that's not a box, I don't know what you call that, but inside that yellow area that I've drawn on the screen, those are the areas where the flood advisory is now in effect until 10:15 p.m. this evening. And I got to tell you, the absolute heaviest rain of all at the moment is taking place right here, and this is going to be mostly in Chambers County from about Lafayette back up to Abanda is where the heaviest is taking place. Then we have another area of heavy rainfall up here in Randolph County. That's going to be along and just north of Highway 48, and then this area down in extreme southeastern Clay County. Heavy rainfall taking place there as well. Let me, because there's so much yellow on the screen, I know that's kind of hard to see, so let me, well, I cannot easily do that, but I was going to change the color for you right quick. I think I can. All right, let's try this again. All right, so again, the areas of concern for the flood advisory will be in that area. Southwest Randolph is still in that flood advisory, but the rain is kind of slacked off a little bit in southwest Randolph County. Then right there in extreme southeastern Clay, and we have a new area that's just getting going up here along and just north and northeast of Lake Wedowee. That stretches back over to Highway 431, maybe just up there around the Ava community in Randolph County. Those are the areas of concern for the flood advisory that the Weather Service has just issued. Yeah, that area up there in Randolph County from Lake Wedowee back up to almost to Woodland. We've got a very narrow area of heavy rainfall there. Then that area down in southeastern Clay, and then Chambers County. Basically from Milltown to Pennon to Marcoot to Lafayette, all the way down to just north of Casita, just south of Valley, and just southwest of Lynette. And then back over in Georgia from Hamilton up to Pine Mountain, along I-185. Some moderate rainfall there, but nothing serious. No, this stuff will fade away. It's already beginning to fade away. I mean, some of it may make it into West Georgia, but this is not going to be an all-nighter. It's not going to continue all the way over to, Atlanta or up into West Georgia. These are afternoon thunderstorms that have formed along this boundary front. And as we continue to lose the heat of the day, these storms will continue to calm down and weaken and eventually completely fade away as we go through the next hour or so. I'd venture to say by 10 o'clock there probably won't be but just maybe 2 or 3 of these little showers left out there. And this is the pattern we're going to be in, folks, for the next 3 to 4 months across Alabama and Georgia. It's typical humid heat of the afternoon type thunderstorms that continue into the first part of the night. And as the sun goes down and the heat fades, so shall the storms. That's just what we're going to see. This is weather forecast A. Weather forecast B is hot, sunny with no chance of rain. Forecast A is hot and humid with afternoon thunderstorms. You really only have 2 different weather forecasts in the summertime in the South, unless there's a tropical storm in the area. Then that could change. But, threat of tornadoes and that sort of thing are not typical at all with this type weather setup. I mean, they can happen, but certainly nothing widespread. Severe weather season for East Alabama and West Georgia appears to be waning. Cold fronts won't be sweeping through now. That we're getting into the summer months, so that tornado threat is pretty much non-existent. Unless we get some type of tropical system, then that changes everything. It won't be raining tomorrow in Waldo. I mean, what rain they've got up there now will probably be gone in the next hour or so. And we'll do this again tomorrow. We'll go 3/4 of the day with no rain, most likely, and then late tomorrow afternoon. This is a little more concentrated than what you would normally see on a summer afternoon because of that trough. That trough should not be there tomorrow, so storms tomorrow will be more widely scattered. They won't be clustered up in what appears to be a line, but it really isn't. They're just forming just south and along that boundary front that's sitting there from yesterday. Hey, Roy Ann, good to see you. Wow, didn't mean to do that. We're way over in Texas. That won't work. Let's go back to Alabama. Okay, once again, main reason I jumped back in here was to tell you that we now have a flood advisory for those areas in Chambers, Randolph, and Clay where the heavy rain continues, and that would be along the eastern boundaries of Clay, along the Randolph County line down into the southeastern portions of Clay, and then in Randolph, basically over on the western side of the county, down to around Wadley, and then in Chambers, from the Randolph, Tallapoosa, Chambers County line, stretching back through central Chambers, and then down into southeastern Chambers, basically is where that flood advisory is in effect, and it will remain so until about 10:15 this evening. So once again, we'll continue watching this for you. If any more advisories are issued, we'll be right back with you, and we'll continue our coverage here on Dr. Don's Weather.